Joining Nigel Cecil entertainment entrepreneur this time, we have Nigel's thoughts in reply to email questions sent in from friends in equity about Paul Merton, Ian Hislop, and Have I Got News for You? Competence compared with talent. Equity's Daffodil Chorus. Let's join Nigel.
Hello, Nigel Cecil, Roundtree Gossamer Productions Inc. And of course you all know by now, an entertainment entrepreneur answering questions from my friends in equity, aren't I, Hilary? What have you got for me this time? What? Thank you, Hilary. Yes, Paul Merton and Ian Hislop. What's that about? Yeah. And Daffodils. Oh, so it's Paul Merton, Ian Hislop and Daffodils. So first of all, have I got news for you? Now it's been rumoured that Paul and Ian, after all these years, won't be taking part. I mean, are they going to be replaced by a woke radical just to suit the mood, you know, with an oversized knitted cardigan, you know, with a chip on the shoulder as well? Well, it seems the sort of thing we get nowadays, isn't it? Yeah, but I don't always agree with what they say. But I do like them. I do like them. And it's the talent that's enabled them to survive. And this is what happens nowadays. I think small is beautiful, but it seems to be bigger and better is the word. Production teams in the 70s used to be very small. I mean, I managed to get my hands on some contracts from the BBC, the radio. Now, of course, there wasn't as much competition then, but viewers and listeners could always just turn off. But the production team for The Breakfast Show, the highest rated show, was basically the executive producer who signed things off. Have you put the contract up, Hilary? Put the contract up. There's the contract. Have a look. £25 per programme for the presenter, and Roscoe's Round Table, well, a tenner. Now, it might be big money then, but getting the money they're getting now, with all the people helping them. Yes, you see, it was an executive producer, a producer, the producer's assistant, and the engineer and the presenter, and that was it. Most mornings, there was only the engineer and the presenter in the studio. No big production team at all, but nowadays it seems to be, well, if we can't find the talent, let's have a bigger and bigger team. Because, you see, then that shows we've got talent, because we've got this massive team. No, you can't train for talent. You can train for competence, and you must be very careful not to confuse competence with talent. It's not the same thing. And I'm sure Paul and Ian will go on to something bigger and better if they're not doing Have I Got News for You? Now, what? Yes. Yeah, I know. Well, talent comes in it again, you see. Yes, daffodils. Yes, there's a story. You see, look at this. Ugly things, aren't they, daffodil bulbs? You know, ugly things, but why does this come to mind now? Well, one of my friends in equity happened to go to the retirement party for the one, well, it was on Zoom. I understand it was on Zoom, wasn't it? For Christine Payne. Best of luck to Christine, but she mentioned daffodils. Daffodils, William Wordsworth. And I recall, you see, the other week, the Panto Dames all went to London for a protest to let people know the problems they were having. That was Act 1. What is Act 2? Now, the theme that went through Christine's farewell party and congratulations to happy memories was on to Act 2. And I don't think the government are going to be able to save any of us at all. Because, you see, if it's competence and talent, they might have money for talent, but for competence, you see, the theatres have got to survive. Where's the audiences coming from? So we all have to think about Act 2, and we have to get to the spirit of unity together. A little bit of love from each of us to each other would help. So I've taken these bulbs. I think it's a great idea, you see, because plant them now, and we've got the Equity Daffodil Chorus. The Equity Daffodil Chorus. And I've already bought some and planted them in my garden, and I'll think of Christine and what she said, and how even from something that's a pandemic, that's a problem, if we all put our creative, talented minds together, forget the government, we can seek help off them, but look at the Royal Opera House. They've got money, they're seeking money off the government, but to survive, and they're one of the biggest employers of arts, creativities in the country. To survive, they're having to sell their Davy Hockney and hoping they're going to get £80 million. So we all have to be realistic. A little bit of love to each other. Let's plant an equity daffodil chorus, a symbol of Wales and a symbol of hope for many to bloom for us all in the spring. I've already planted mine. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, bring promise of merry sunshine. Please join me again soon. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Nigel Cecil. Keep sending your emails to Nigel Cecil and join us again.